Repleh County Archives is a new Roblox horror game that everybody seems to love. Why does everybody like this game so much? Seriously, Repleh County Archives 2 has a 93% like ratio. That is insane. I mean, Rogut called this the best Roblox horror game, and even Bradian had nice things to say about it. Bradian, when was the last time you said anything positive? Now, in case you didn't know, Repleh County Archives is a sequel to the stereotypical RB, which is another Roblox horror game, and it kind of just adds as a additional lore to the game. It's currently split into two games, Repleh County Archives and Repleh County Archives 2, who would have guessed. Anyways, I do have some positive and obviously negative things to say about this game, but before I can do that, I have to run through how the game works. Also, this is usually where I just cut to the video, but I need to say something. I changed my editing style a teeny little bit for this video, so if there's any mistakes, I apologize in advance. Anyways, let's continue. Repleh County Archives 1 starts off with you receiving a package from your parents and they tell you not to open it yet. You then do some mandatory chores like cleaning your bed, throwing out the garbage in your own house for some reason, before finally reorganizing the couch pillows. Once you finish all your chores, there's immediately an emergency alert system which is issued by the Department of Homeland Security, basically telling you to lock your doors and everything because there are now fugitives out there on the loose. You can then hear and see police sirens, which is actually a nice touch to the atmosphere, so I have nothing to complain about that. Eventually we get paranoid and use our police scanner. I'm gonna be honest, I did not know what a police scanner is until this video, but if my 2 minutes of research on Google told me anything, it's basically just like a radio but for police things. After listening for a while, we eventually start to hear beeping noises coming out from the box which our parents gave us. Oh hell no, it's gonna be a bomb. It's a bomb. 3, 2, 1. It's a bomb. 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 Oh. Okay, turns out it wasn't a bomb, but this Axiom headset, which I assume is the in-universe, equivalent of the new Apple Vision Pros. Haha, I'm not sponsored. Anyways, our character gets like even more paranoid and turns off all the lights in the house so that the fugitives like doesn't know that he's home, which is a smart move, but we already know this is a horror. My bad. We already know this is a horror game, so that's not going to end up well. While in complete darkness, we then get another emergency alert system. This time it tells us that the previous emergency alert system was just a hoax caused by the Axiom VR headsets or whatever. It also states that there is no such thing as Repleh County, which is, the county that issued the first alert system, and also tells us that there are no fugitives. So with that good news, we then go to turn the lights back on. We go to turn the lights back. The lights don't work. Okay, so now we have a flashlight. We are getting somewhere, aren't we? We also hear the sound of like windows smashing or something, which implies that somebody is now in our house. Yippee! Anyways, we are actually competent and decide to enter the gun closet to get our gun. There's also this like really suspenseful cutscene of us opening the door where there's actually, well, nothing inside. It feels like FNAF 4. Oh. Okay, grab the gun. Grab the gun. They're down here. Where's gun? Give gun. Oh. Hide? Okay, in case you couldn't tell, we're currently screwed because while we were getting our gun from the gun closet, we'd hear people like outside moving around, presumably in our house, but for some weird reason, instead of like actually just getting the gun, we just like wander around in the gun closet for a while. It does do a good job in like, keeping suspense because it was very stressful wondering what to do and like hearing all the doors and stuff opening outside. But at the back of my mind, I'm just wondering, why can't I just get the gun? Get the gun. Okay. Here we go. Gun. I have a gun. Eventually, we man up and get the gun and decide to check to see if there's anybody in our house. It's clear. I have to clear the upstairs now. I assume, okay, this door's gonna be highlighted. Let's go. I'm a professional speedrunner. Oh, cutscene. But the heartbeat is like actually stressing me out a bit. Okay. Oh. But I sucked then. I had time to react. And that concludes the first game of the Repleh County Archives. After going through all that trouble, we end up just getting shot dead straight in the face. Alright, before I move on to Repleh County Archives 2, I thought that I should just talk about this first game first. This game is actually pretty okay. I mean, it has like an alright storyline. It's nothing special, just like your typical like analog horror or like, oh no, somebody's in my house type of horror. It's nothing very special or unique, but I must say that like the atmosphere and the build up to the final pew pew and you die is quite intense, I must say. There's like police sirens everywhere, there's gunshots, there's like people, you can hear the people in your house and you can't physically see them, which does add on to the scare because you don't know if that's like actually just a fugitive or some like big intruder monster type thing. So I do have to commend it for that. Going back to the actual storyline, I do like, the sense of mystery about like, oh no, the Repleh County doesn't exist at all, or that, the Axiom headset that your parents gave you is also like a big factor in this whole thing. But then again, it's also not anything very special. These type of, horror tropes have been used time and time again. It is definitely, as I've said at the start of the video, a lot more creative and thought out compared to like a lot of other Roblox horror games, but it's still not like something that's completely mind-blowing in any way. Another thing is that it doesn't really feel like a game, which I will get more into when I talk about the second game, but I just feel like this entire time I'm just more like watching a movie. I just kind of wish that there was like more to do in the game, but it is actually kind of excusable in this case because first of all, it is a pretty short game. It also kind of just acts as like an introduction to this universe or like an add-on to the universe for those who have played a stereotypical obby. Or even if it was just like its own standalone game, it also does like, a good job in spiking your anxiety and whatnot. So I guess I wouldn't be too critical about there not being like a lot of gameplay in the game itself this time. Repleh County Archives 2 has you assume the role of a deputy sheriff of some sort. As you walk around this place, you will realize that everybody's head is censored with like a black square, which is a very commonly used gimmick in analog horror nowadays. I'm pretty sure it started with the Mandela catalog, like abusing the shit out of it, and now it's just kind of overused, but it's still a pretty nice touch. Anyways, we head into the briefing room and we get this cutscene of basically the sheriff telling us to like, do our day-to-day work, whatever. It's nothing special, just your normal job. Alright, roger that. Rah. Aye, cat, I'm facing the wrong fucking way. Put on where did everybody go? We then head over to the locker room and put on our patrol gear. Is this gonna... What? Did I break my neck? Well, I think I broke my neck because I can no longer look up and down. Oh wait, I'm stupid. This is my body cam. After putting on our patrol gear, our point of view immediately shifts from like a first person point of view to a body cam footage type of point of view, which is a little bit annoying because I can't look up and down now. And it doesn't really make sense why I can like, look left and right if I can look up and down. I understand it's like my whole body moving left and right, but if I can move my body left and right using the camera, I should be able to move it up and down as well, We then hop into our vehicle and, start our shift. We pull over some guy who was speeding 20 miles per hour over the speed limit. I'm not from the land of freedom, so I don't really know how fast that is, but I assume it must be pretty fast. He then explains to us that he just wants to get home before it turns dark, and we actually have like different dialogue options that we can choose, although it doesn't actually, change anything, but I guess it's a nice touch. Throughout this conversation, the driver mentions that he once saw a weird man in a deer suit or something, and that he could have been Jenkins, which is a new character that we haven't heard of until now. All I could gather from this conversation is that Jenkins is either the coolest guy ever or he's just high off drugs. I can't really tell. We eventually asked for some of his documents or whatever. I don't know how police systems work, but after that we just send him on his merry way. Later that night, we pull over yet another driver because one of his headlights is broken. Also, this driver just seems so done with life at this point, but it's okay because I was very sympathetic when interrogating him. Finish this already. I will finish you. You're finished, buddy. It's over for you. After sympathizing with him, we then collect his documents.
here.
I understand what the guy was saying. This is pretty dark. Yeah, give me a shit. What the yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of documents. That is a lot of documents. We then learned that this man is Wyatt Jenkins and that he has a history of, well, disturbing the peace, whatever that means, but it can't be good. Also, if you've already forgotten because you have the memory of a goldfish and are not playing Subway Surfers gameplay below, Jenkins is the guy who dressed up as a deer and like, you know, just seemed unhinged overall. Anyways, after talking to him for a while, we eventually let him off and returned back to our sheriff's office to like type up a document of some sorts. There is a whole lot of yapping, but I don't think we really learn any new information during this segment. All we have to do is just spam click the screen for like 2 minutes straight, and then eventually we will be able to like type out the whole thing and continue with the game. The driver put over the vehicle. Oh my god, so much yapping. So much yapping. Okay, I'm aware like how ironic it is that I'm complaining about somebody yapping too much, but that's not important, because what's important is that dispatch now says that there's now a welfare check needed at the Jenkins residence, which, if you don't remember, Repleh County borderline what? Borderline schizophrenic, because Repleh County doesn't exist. Near Jenkins' house, we encounter a log on the floor of the woods, which completely stops our vehicle from, I don't know, going around it. So now we have to walk to Jenkins' house by foot without any vehicles or anything. This can only end well. Upon arriving near his house, we realize that his car is up in flames. Uh-oh. See guys, this is what happens when you're missing one headlight. So now the mood is serious because obviously something is wrong. So we tried to force entry into his house, which I didn't know was legal, by the way. I'm not from the land of freedom, but I don't think that police can just enter your house without a permit or something. I might be wrong, but you know, knocking doesn't work. Opening door doesn't work. Pick the door! Did it work? Let's go. Oh. Oh no. I would look down to look at what that is, but I can't turn my neck. Alright, so after illegally forcing entry into this home, we realized that there's probably really something wrong this time. The house is in a complete mess, which just kind of looks like my room, but a bit worse considering that there's writings on the wall that say stuff like, "Oh no, I'm being watched. They're watching me," which is you guys. You guys are the demons to me. You guys are demons. Also, something very subtle but very effective at the same time that I noticed is that before opening a door, you have either the option to peek behind the door or just to straight up open it. And the option to peek behind the door already, like, you know, subconsciously makes you think that there is going to be something really bad behind the door. Also, most of the time there isn't actually anything that happens behind the door, but it still like psychologically, you know, convinces you. So, man, I'm trying way too hard to sound smart right now. Anyways, after exploring the entire house, there's only one room that we haven't explored yet, which is the bathroom. Clear the bath. Oh, this is the door I couldn't interact with. Okay. Let's see. Peek door, open door, kick. Let's peek first. Let's peek. Peek door. Hey, looks a-okay to me. Open door. I can just open it. Oh shit. Yeah, so after opening the door to the bathroom, we find Jenkins dead in the bathtub. Now, it's unclear whether he killed himself or somebody killed him or something killed him, but there's this short like cutscene of his burning truck. I'm not sure what this means. I did not keep up with the law, but that might be important, so I'm including it in the video. We then regain control over our character after the cutscene ends, and I think I'll just let this part play out instead of just describing what happened. What do I do if can I click you? Oh wait, no, there's a TV. Emergency alert. We've confirmed that Repleh County does not exist. There's never been a county by such a name. Any mention of such a county is a lie and should be reported immediately to the proper authorities. The Central Task Force has been deployed to enforce this mandate, so we ask that all residents step outside of their homes and surrender peacefully. Rest assured you will not be harmed. I will be harmed. For your unwavering cooperation. Wait, so do I exist? What the hell is going on? Is County 254? What was the alert about? No response. Okay, that's not good. Dispatch, do you copy? I guess not. Okay. What the hell is going on? Okay, can this invisible wall stop? Okay. Oh! Oh! Hold on. What the hell? What the hell is a good reaction? Hide? Where? Okay. Can I? I can kick the door. Oh! Connection lost. After that sequence of events, there is then a cutscene showing multiple cars on a road being burnt, just like Jenkins. After the cutscene, we then have the option to either join Jenkins in the bathtub and kill ourselves, or we could go and take action. Now, I am a man, so obviously I took action. I'm gonna take things into my hands. You know what? Shots fired. I probably have a gun too. I'm going out there. And ain't nobody gonna stop me. Where the shots? You ready? Okay. Take action. Rah. Take action. Where's my car? Oh shit, okay, I'm dead again. And that concludes the entirety of the Repleh County Archives, both games. So what do I like and what do I not like about this game? Alright, let's start off with what I like about this game, which is obviously the storyline. I mean, come on, that's the entire driving point of these two games. I'm going to be very honest with you. If you just verbally told me like the overall story of these two games, I wouldn't really be very impressed because, as I've said, I've watched a lot of analog horror and this is nothing very new to me. But I do appreciate the way that the story was being told, you know, by putting you in the perspective of the victims. It does a good job in recreating the sense of confusion and distraught that the characters probably felt. So I do think that the fact that they actually had like a cohesive and well thought out storyline, as well as a good way to like show the storyline, is definitely a plus when it comes to this game. However, you already knew that there was going to be a however. This is a horrible rant video. I mean, come on, I have to rant about something bad. See, while I enjoyed the storyline and the storytelling, I think that it lacks a lot in terms of the actual gameplay of the game itself. Now, I understand that these two games are supposed to be like add-on lore to another game, but that doesn't really give an excuse to just be a walking simulator. Yeah, that's right, I'm calling Repleh County Archives a walking simulator. Now, I know that a lot of you are probably angrily screaming at the screen or going to dislike the video immediately. Alright, but please just hear me out this one time. If you break down this game to its bare core, and by that I mean remove all the storyline, remove all the fancy textures and everything, you will realize that literally 99% of this game is just walking from one place to another, clicking a few times, and watching a cutscene maybe, and then walking to another place. The entire game just kind of felt like one long YouTube video, in the sense that I was just watching everything happen and not, you know, have like an option to do anything about it. Now, I know it sounds like I'm nitpicking a lot for this game, and actually I'm really not. My only concern is that like the game is just not a game, you know what I mean? Another thing about this is that I feel like the second game didn't do as well as the first game when it comes to like building up tension and anxiety and whatnot. What I feel made the first game very effective is that you're in a very small space, whether you notice it or not. You're just trapped within the confines of your small little house. So the fact that there was someone or something in the same house as you means that it is very near to you and there's an imminent threat. However, in the second game, there wasn't nearly as much of a build-up, and there also wasn't like that sense of a threat nearby. And while you could argue that the emergency alert system at the end of the second game counts as a build-up to the finale, there was a cutscene between the emergency alert system and the actual finale. Like, come on, that just killed any tension that was there in the first place. If you could just, I don't know, move the cutscene to the end of the game, and like maybe after you hear the emergency system, you can hear like people walking around the room, kind of like in the first game, then that would have built up tension even more, and I feel like that final gunshot would have had more of an impact. But anyways, that's about everything I have to really say about this game. I don't really want to throw too much shade at it because I know that it's not anywhere near like a really bad Roblox horror game, unlike a lot of other horror games I've covered on this channel. Overall, it works well as a story, but not very well as a horror game, so that's really my main problem with this game. Alright, that's actually all for this video now. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and join my Discord, you know, just typical YouTuber stuff. Alright, goodbye.